So I mean, for me, like the way that I see this kind of working is you run it through the world, do whatever you need to do, and this is like the quick inventory system. And when it comes to like carrying stuff as well, I think like having this is kind of like if you walk up to your horse or the storage, like what is it, a trailer? Like you could have this pop up and you could see the quick inventory of what's in it, and then you could like drag and drop, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. It would be a separate menu that would pop up like of the same size, to whatever container.
So
Like,
if
and then you
we
can drag between your inventory and that inventory. And it would be kind of the same with like crafting too. Like you would have like a crafting menu that would kind of come up, and then you can drag from your inventory there to, to whatever crafting inventory slot in the world or whatever.
well, you could kind of like have something like this, and it's got like something in between. So if I go in here real quick and just kind of like get rid of closed, open, and then the options. Yeah, that's there, but I don't want the bottom bar. Logbook. Oh, party. Party? What the fuck?
That's
Backpack.
probably like base man.
Okay, let me just hide the backpack. No, this one. So I could kind of see. Oh, where is this hiding? Idle.
Let's see, I got like
So I could kind of see something like this, right? Where let's go and take all this off and then bring it over there or something. So you've got your inventory on the left, on the right, and then you drag over, so you can kind of like drag things over and place it in your inventory.
exactly, yeah.
But that's the way I see this working. Is like when you go up to something and you press E on it. That's how this should work. But I also think that we do need like a full screen UI inventory system, because I think what we're missing right now, is the pause menus. That kind of that system that we need in place is the pause system where we have the menu, we have interaction, we have the villages, we have all of these things here, as well as kind of like the characters, so you can dress the characters, stuff like that. So right now, this small inventory system, I don't feel is going to be powerful enough to do what we want to do, but I feel like it's good to kind of like quickly access and drag and drop things between. So like you go to a trader, and where is it? It's there, isn't it? So yeah, you go to a trader, and then you press E in the trader, and then, well, first of all, is it this?
Yeah, look on my screen right here.
Where is it? Okay, yeah.
Oh, this is this is kind of, it's a little bit bigger than what Andre has on there, and it does a little bit, it's a little bit more. And this vertical part is integrated, so like these buttons, even though these are like dynamic buttons, so like if the inventory is not open and you have the building system, these buttons would do something different versus if they're in the inventory. So what I wanted was like these would be sort buttons when you have the inventory, this inventory
So
open.
these are
Then you
like
have
sorts. You'd have like armor,
yeah, exactly. You
weaponry,
have crafting, weapon,
food,
equipment. Exactly. Yeah. So then
equipment.
it's a lot more compact, but you still have many items in there, but it's only showing what's relevant. You know what
But
I
is
mean?
that and
And
is that
also,
just for trading though?
well, that would be for the inventory. For anything, you could sort it, but then whenever you go up to like a container or like your horse, it would pop up like a secondary smaller one here that just has the slots, because you don't need, and then this info would still work for whatever you're hovering in there. It would still display that info here, the item info. Um, and then you can drag and drop between these two. But then if you go to a trader, it would be another menu over here on the left. Same with the equipment. Like you would have your equipment menu over here, so you could drag from here over to this other menu that's not here, to
Yeah.
equip your slots or to sell. This would be the traders menu over here on this side. And then
Yeah. See that's the, you're gonna hate me, Jacob. I'm sorry.
Hey, am I watching Jacob stream through your stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
yeah.
No, you. So the thing is, like, I'd like that, but I also think that we need to like I think realistically, like when we have our UI, we need something like this, like not potentially this, but yeah, you need something. What is this? Gears, this Gods of War, isn't it, or something? No, but like having this kind of thing, right? We have like a full on 920 by 1080. If you can, but I think we definitely don't need to waste what we've got here, because this is a fucking this is an extra bonus that I think me and you just kind of miscommunicated on this part, but this is like an extra fucking bonus because we've got all of these accessible points now that I wasn't even thinking about originally. I was thinking about more having a UI system and that stuff, but then I see the potentials and the benefits for kind of like, okay, so we've got our trader. Oh, I want to put some text in here, but my Photoshop is so slow and stupid. Right, let me try. Right, so we've got trader, and it's also too big as well. Yeah, so let's go 50. Yeah, and that's basically. I like the hands.
And it's actually like whenever it slides up, so it's like you almost. Which I was gonna do the hand animation and hold the paper, so it's like synchronized. So like it's like he lifts up the paper, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just kind of a weird whatever.
Also, like Sea of Thieves, when you're like, you can like turn the page around and say, "Hey, look, this is where we're going."
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Here you go. Let's see.
Yeah, I can do something like this too, like where it still uses this utility bar, and these buttons can change. They're like dynamic, you know what I mean? But then it like slides out and like goes into full screen like this.
Yeah, but I think.
And then.
See, I like the idea of having like the full screen like this though, where you can like you press the LB and RB and you switch through the screen and it covers the entire screen, and you have all of like the press circle to go back or press B to go back, or press escape to go back, or that kind of thing. I think that's an extra additional one, like sort of like that image that you had a minute ago. That one, yeah, like but full screen, and then there's a lot of like buttons and presses. So right now that kind of doesn't cover the entire screen.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
I'm sorry, you don't hate me, do you?
No, bro. That's what concepting is for, that's what this is about.
Yeah.
That's why we need to figure out, what it is that we want to do with it.
Because, well, I could see the potential of like, give me a minute and let me see if I can actually, like, where it's, even Andrew.
That menu it's like almost too compact. Like, it's really
good.
Well,
no, check it out.
Literally everything.
We can make it bigger.
Compact. And that's what, like...
Action, say V2 copy. I'm going to delete the V2 copy. And then with the V2, I'm going to take this. Oh, why has it got two? I don't get why they do this. Like, just make this, like...
To just duplicate it and layer it to make the color thicker than to actually make it.
It's a secondary. Okay, I see why.
Like a duplicate.
Okay, so what I'm thinking, I'm not gonna save this, but I'm gonna do it. So what I'm thinking is kind of like this. Like, realistically, we want something that's kind of like this size and scale. And then here, if I take this and I stretch it down.
Which that's actually what I was going to do. I was going to have the mini map slide out, and then this goes all the way to the top of the screen. So you have this whole right side of the screen for the menu.
I wonder if I could actually just change the scale of this. I don't know if it's going to look too bad or not. We'll... No. Okay, so... Let me go up here like that. There we go. That's a lot better. So I see what Andrew was doing with this now, because you get like the secondary overlay of that.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of how I do some things in there. It's better to just layer it than it is to.
Yeah. Right. So if I pull this here, I think, like, for the UI. Oh, it doesn't matter if I go over a bit, does it? Because I've put the opacity full. Okay, so. Description, yeah, like we need a secondary description, and this one is going to be the user, So first one it's pixelated. That's fine. That's fine. Just move it up there. Okay, so this is the one and only time I've actually seen a benefit for this. So give me a second and check this beauty out. All right, give me 1 second.
Actually, that a lot better at the top too.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of like doing this. So if you give me a second, let me just pull out one of these images. No, that's not the image. I want an actual copy of the image. Okay, let me copy the image. Here we go. So let's just say, like, this guy's the trader. We'll keep it like that. I'm gonna cut him out. Bless you.
I like your sticker album.
Fucking. Oh.
Fucking hell, my washing machine's trying to dance across the kitchen.
I wasn't your washing machine, mate. It sounded like you just started beating your wife.
Yeah, that'll be good, but show my wife yet.
Right, so, alright, let's say this is two traders. Yeah. Reginald and Reginald. So I think what we should have is something like this. So,
No, I'm just going to mute that so it's not annoying.
what's his name? Give me a name, Dean.
Oh, I did have a name. What just a random name? Or
Yeah,
what
just-
kind of trader?
One that you're working on. These fonts are missing. Slash edit
Who do
this.
I have? Blacksmith, Jonathan Wilson. Or if you like horse tender, Ethan Ford.
Chadwick.
Chadwick.
Jonathan Wilson. And who is he? He's the blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
Okay. I'm just using this font because it's the quickest and easiest to access. So,
Like when I see people called Aaron. The
Yeah.
quickest name they could see in the book.
so John Wilson is a blacksmith with X amount of experience. And this is fucking good. This is good because now we can look at other things as well. Like skill. What's his main skill? Like obviously blacksmith. What level of mastery is he at as a blacksmith?
Apprentice.
This
or
is
whatever. Master.
apprentice. See, I think we can move that over a little bit.
Put master for now, so you don't have to go and move into a bunch of stuff. The scale would text, or the text would scale in the.
True. Master. All right, let's do master. Wait, no, sorry. I have to move over anyway because it should say blacksmith, and then underneath instead of value, it's gonna say level. So change value to level. This went from an easy get Jacob a load of UI stuff that Andrew's done to change it.
This is good though. We need to do this because, you know, once I build this stuff in the project, you know, it's a lot easier if we know what we want. So
Yeah.
I do it again.
So
Yeah, I was thinking this earlier because I was last night. Really, I was like having all these things, writing all these things. I went, hang on, I don't know what everyone else is doing.
we're all
So-
concepting at the moment. This is it.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying to everybody else, right? There's a way that people do this in the industry, right? Oh, I don't need that anyway. So there's
They
a
make shit and then realize later it doesn't work or it's not fun.
Yeah. Or they
good.
they spend like what's this guy's 24? I'm gonna say 3. He's 23 because apparently we don't have a 4. We're gonna have to get a new font. This is definitely not our final font. Anyway, while I'm doing this, so a lot of people in the industry will be like, oh, I've got this really cool idea for a game, and they start working on all of it on paper, and they never get off paper. So it's so much better to kind of do it this way, specifically because you can get it off paper, you can try it out, and if something doesn't look right or something doesn't feel right, you can change it on the fly.
This is also like what I was saying, before about like this is what's gonna save us a lot of money, because this is all time that we would have people on payroll trying to figure out what we want. If we know what we want, we can just say, hey, this is what we want.
Yeah.
We can obviously tweak and change later still, but like if we're closer to the mark to begin with, then we're gonna save a lot of time, which is a lot of money.
Oh, fuck me, this is so good. Okay, I'm gonna do what Dean was talking about, like Homeland. Marvel, no, leave it alone. Naughty boy. I just caught him trying to chew a slipper.
I love that.
So no, look, okay. So check this out, right? So, like, obviously, we have a main eye. I think. Did we all agree and settle on Myriad?
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. And then so I really like Meridian as well, so I think I might put that in something else.
No. We've got more than one island. Once we
Oh right.
once we expand, we have more than one island. So I'm gonna switch between the two for a minute, but if you give me a second. So where is the map?
I'm just gonna note that down so that I remember. Locations. There we go.
You could almost split that down the middle and have Myriad and Meridian.
I don't.
You have that giant river in the middle.
But we have. Oh, it doesn't connect. Okay.
It's annoying. I'd say I'd spent a long time looking at like Norse and Latin terms for like things that are very on brand with it, and I spent so long. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to look at really popular names and words I've seen over the years. And then I remember the word Myriad, and I have fucking no idea where it was. And Meridian was... Do you remember the Meridian News back in the late 90s and early 2000s down here?
I wasn't here then.
Oh, no, you wasn't, were you? The ITV News used to be called Meridian for the Southeast.
Here, look, like this. Okay, so we've got Kingdom's Tale, and then this is Myriad. So we're gonna have two maps, right? So this is a regional map. No. This is an island map, and then we will have a regional map similar to. So if you look at Sea of Thieves map, like the Sea of Thieves map is huge, absolutely huge. This isn't the Sea of Thieves map, is it?
Looks like it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I didn't realise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be our regional map, which will have every island across the entire open traversable sea. Yeah, the world map. And then when you get close enough to an island, this will be what we see. So this will be our island map. So this is the island map of Myriad.
Right, gotcha.
And then, when we create a new map, that will be the island map of Meridian. So
Yeah.
we can use more than one name. We're going to We're going to have a lot of different maps. A lot of different maps.
Keep adding too, so,
And that's why I'm putting here Homeland as well. Because as you go to different islands or different parts of the, new places out in the sea and you're exploring these places, it's good to know where their homeland is, because if you recruit them to come and live with you, you can find out where their homeland is, but you can also see where they're at now, because like some of these are going to have like exotic elements to them as well, depending on where they're from.
You have a Arabian merchant from Alakir Desert.
Well, no, you think about it, right? If you find let's say Meridian is Asian, okay? So the Meridian Islands are Asian islands, which means that a lot of the architecture that we're going to have in Meridian is going to be kind of like, sort of like
feudal China, feudal Japan. Kind of
1800s Japan.
Like a really good reference for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like multiple continents, and you can go to different ones, and they all have like their own architecture,
environment,
culture, and all of that good stuff.
So, like, I don't know if you could see a lot of it here, but like okay, it's going to be a lot of like terracotta and a lot of like this kind of oriental look to it. But then one of the things is it's also because Meridian is kind of like what Jacob's doing there. But yeah, like
Like,
I haven't. I can't see.
hold on,
the
I'll just pull it
desert.
over again.
I'll just click on it. Oh yeah.
Like there's Skyrim right there, you know, and there's like a whole game just in Skyrim right here, and then like Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is in Cyrodiil right here, but then
You got
you know, and then
Morrowind.
there's Morrowind is Elder Scrolls 3, yeah, and the new one Elder Scrolls 6 is in High Rock up here, but then in Elder Scrolls Online they brought all of this in, and you can actually walk from like Alakir to elsewhere or whatever, you know, and you can go
Yes.
travel
Oh,
to
you can
these
go to
places.
Somerset as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's the High Elves. And that's where, you know, like each one has their own culture and their
Yeah.
own, you
Yeah.
know, economy.
And I think
basically.
that's kind of like what we can use as kind of like a selling point. In fact, I'm going to change his homeland to Meridian.
We need like see like all of this is Tamriel. That's like the world. Is the planet's name is Tamriel, and then you have like Hammerfell is a continent or a region within you know, within
The Meridian Isles with
also Meridian like
ancestors
uh
passing
like
down
actually means like the
ancient
middle.
techniques for creating the best armor and weaponry around. Okay.
And that's actually that's actually a lot how like this is too, you know, in this like you have like the blacksmiths of Hammerfell are like known for being like good
Yeah.
blacksmiths, you know what I mean? Whereas like the elsewhere they're like the cat people, Khajiits, they're like kind of like known for
Alright, so I'm gonna.
and they have like their own
No!
religions and everything within that, you know. It's
Actually,
like,
I kind of like that. Bring it over like that. It's like more of like a diamond look.
should
No.
bring down the level a little bit.
I was actually gonna sort of like merge them in. So you got like this.
Actually, put it in the bottom right.
Oh,
corner,
actually. Ah, yeah. Well,
maybe. You should put. You should have like you know their personal info and then their professional info.
Yeah.
Kinda like group.
so I think what I'm seeing is like I could potentially do something like that. I like that, and then we put. No, I don't like that. Okay. And then yeah, kind of like I think the blacksmith is better in the corner though,
Yeah, that looks good right there.
and then
But
sort
the
of like
level should be like near it. You know, it should be with it.
the what?
The level like master. You really don't even need to put level. Just put master above. Put it above the blacksmith, so it'll say master blacksmith or apprentice blacksmith or you know journeyman.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so remove the level, and let's put
And center it above the blacksmith.
master blacksmith like that. That works quite well. That looks good.
And then make that just a little bit bigger to be like the same height as both of the words together. Or like make the diamond.
Hold on a
little
sec. Let me just move them over here. So I'm going to change the color of it as well.
And we can also do color, you know, like master could be a gold, apprentice could be like, you know, a different color to represent the quality of it or you know, kind of thing.
Then we would have to like kind of minimize the colors then at this point. So we would like do something like this,
Oh, yeah,
and
if you do
then for
everything
master,
white,
yeah.
everything should be white,
Okay.
And I can change whatever in the editor.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Good point. And then for the gradient, though, I will make the gold. So if you give me a second, and then we'll have like a.
You could do like a colored drop shadow maybe.
I'll be back in a moment. I'll just go and see if I can get some for you.
Okay, and then let's go for like a sharper kind of like orange, like more saturated look. Definitely not the right colors for golds, but we'll get there. I mean, that could actually kind of work.
Yeah, it's still really yellow.
Well, gold is
Probably
quite
look
desaturated, so if you want like a saturated gold, you're gonna have to look at like kind of.
I actually like the color, that tannish color that he was already using. Looks pretty good. The
Well, we can play about with it and
like
get like
beige color.
it's like this. There we go, kind of like that. And then see like gold should have like more
Which
like.
then, you know, like any master quality items would also have that color text too in the name or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like
I'm gonna leave the drop down offer. I'm just gonna have it like that. But I think what we could potentially do as well is if we take this layer style and if I find the icon, okay, so this is gonna be called the level icon, player level icon or NPC level icon, and the NPC level icon is gonna like you could straight away see what level they're at based off of this color.
and that could also be like, you know, like the waypoint could for the NPC.
Yeah, so you will
within
know
radius.
kind of like what waypoint they're looking at. All right, so I need to change all the colors here now because this is like ugly.
I really you should make all of it white anyways.
Yeah, I'm
Keep
gonna-
the gradient, but everything should be white. Because then once we actually get it in the game and you got like, you know, we can play around with all of that.
Blacksmith. I'm gonna copy that, and then let's paste it
I
all.
might try to like link up all of the text into like one thing where you can just play with the colors and it'll affect all the text or something like that. Or not all of it, but like specific interactable text or whatever.
And I think definitely what we need to do is have this kind of what is that?
Oh, you got that sword still behind there.
There we go. That's why. Do I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll take that off in a sec. I'm trying to.
Like we should have like you can get like a portrait circle thing to like a border. Kind of.
Yeah. I'll just do this as like a quick pass just to fuck it and just to bloody show it. Okay, so like this, and then obviously, I think
But I still don't. I don't know if that should be in the player inventory. That should be in.
no.
the,
This won't be the player inventory. I'm just doing version and I'm going to duplicate over.
Oh yeah. I
But
got
this
you.
this should be kind of like the player. This is like the interaction side of things now. So when you interact with someone and you trade, this is what you'll see both sides.
Grab that whole thing and drag it over to the left side. Like duplicate the whole inventory and take it over to the left.
Wait, inventory. Oh, that worked quite well. Okay, so I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna just go away. So you're kind of like
I can also do like maybe like a camera offset so that whenever you do this, you know, it'll zoom to where you're looking at kind of both people.
well. To be fair, like if you look at it like this is full screen, so that's not too bad. Problem is, I need to make sure it's
Well,
readable.
what I mean is the player would be in so that the player or the NPC is standing in the center in between those two menus when you're open.
I don't get why the first layer is quite bright. It's because they're supposed to have stuff in them. Okay, so I think weight. We need to change the weight to something that sits here.
Maybe at the very bottom.
What underneath the
That should
longsword?
be their money. That should be their money.
Well, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna change the money, but then I was gonna look at the weight as well. Maybe we don't look at weight right now, and we just money. I'm so scared that I'm not gonna have any of these like features with this. So if I put like, do I have the pound sign? If I do, oh, okay. So what do we say the average blacksmith's gonna have money wise? 1,700.
Yeah, like 1,000, 2,000.
59 cents. So give him a little bit of sense as well. Let's change that out to like 65.8. So he's got like a nice, random amount.
And then the slots just duplicate like the top 2 rows and bring them up.
I don't think we need the background there.
Yeah, no.
Duplicate what? Sorry.
The inventory slots.
Oh wait,
The rest of the
this is something else. Great. Oh, that didn't work. No.
Font is such a bitch, bro.
Huh?
Fonts are such a bitch.
Oh,
There's just too
no.
many to even like where do
And the
you
thing is, you get like one font that works really well with like something else, and then you get another, and then it doesn't work in another area.
Yo. And then it clashes if you use 2.
See, let's change this down to like 15, 12. There you go. That looks okay. Now, if we look at that full screen, okay, yeah, he's got that much
Grab
money.
that,
Okay, maybe make it a bit bigger. What?
grab the inventory slots and duplicate them.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring them up now as well. I'm just gonna bring this back to like 15. Yeah, just so you can see a
We
bit
could
better.
have player info on the right and then the NPC info on the
money.
left.
Yeah, so
Your
every
player stuff
time
like that.
every time you trade, it says you, like your player's name, and then it doesn't have the like mastery, but what it will have
You have your
is
title, like your renowned title, or like if you got like if you're the like, we should actually probably have something like that, anyways. Like
So-
if you're at village level, you should be a Viscount. Or if
Yeah,
you're
but
at
I don't
city
think
level,
I don't
you're
think that
at-
would be there. Like that's what you would look at in
King.
like the village. I don't think you should be running around as like a viscount or as like a lord. I think that's something that you should be looking at when you look at the village menu. I think here what you should be looking at is kind of like maybe like reputation points or kind of like
Yeah,
where you
or
sit.
some kind of or like anything social, like some kind of a social reputation.
And then
Really the reputation points, because those are associated with your,
well, no,
your
this is
base
gonna
and stuff,
like
but,
well, it's also gonna affect how you trade.
yeah, that's true.
Because like if you have a lower reputation
what I-
point,
yeah.
then you're not gonna be able to trade as well, or
Well, you can have your barter skill, actually. That's what you should put.
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Okay, barter and skill.
Which is kind of what I was thinking. I just something more along like how in Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, you have like your kind of affinity level kind of sort of thing. Which is not the same as the reputation points, but
I'm gonna do this. Like
Barter.
instead of having like an apprentice, I think we should have like a first timer.
yeah.
It's like first timer.
We can come up with all kinds of fancy
Yeah.
names that are relevant.
And I
to
think what we should have here as well is like, so Homeland isn't Meridian. This one it's Mirrodin. Is that how you spell it, Dean?
MYRIAD.
MYRIAD. Myriad. Okay. So I think what we need to put here in the text is kind of like we should have this update based on what the reputation points is and how the player sees them. So
Yeah.
you are seen as a leader amongst your people.
Unfortunately, you don't have many people because you're a first timer.
You don't have that many people. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and then I'm gonna put him as like he's
I think
20.
that font is bad.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
too
font is
squishy.
shit. The font is shit. We need to actually sit down and look at the font as well. But anyway, right. Let's.
I think there's like a website for that.
Okay, so we've got the description. So I'm going to change the name of this to Trade Inventory. And I'm going to change this to, because we don't need to keep this one, do we? This would be the Traders Inventory. Yeah, because we don't need to keep the traders. Exactly. So I think what we need to look at here is no description user. Yeah, no grid. Yeah, grid. Okay. So slot 5, slot 4, slot 3, slot 2, slot 1.
Some of them are different.
I see. Okay, so. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to move things around. As well as the rows. There we go. That looks a lot cleaner now. I think we should definitely have the weight down here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well,
underneath.
That would be the individual weight of that item. That's that item info. So you would need a weight.
Oh no, we would have a weight here as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like at the very okay.
You have total weight and then weight of that item.
3.
That where that long sword is, like that will change depending on what item you have selected, kind of.
Yeah. Okay, so. And then see now this makes more sense, like to have these little action bars here now, because in the action bars that we have here, we can sort them out based off of flipping heck. I knew that was going to happen. That's fine. We can just bring this down slightly. Okay, that looks that's hitting the spot a bit more for me, and I think
the vertical sidebar menu thing, that should be like maybe stretched some more. Like it should go all the way to the top, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. I also need to change. There's no value added to it at the moment, so I need to add a value as well. Oh, there is a value. Okay. Row. Selected slot. Yeah, see, so that's the selected slot. Your longsword. Where's the value? There's the value. Oh, okay. What do you think about this?
What?
Like they're having like what's it called? I just did this the other day with my team. I was talking about it. Like having like common, rare, legendary, stuff like this. I even know how to grade them all.
The quality.
I even know.
Enough, that's one thing I even put in the. Where is it? Oh god.
I need to change this background though. I need to. I don't like your little characters just always there staring at me.
Like all the materials, like old pickaxe, old plow, and strong.
Oh yeah, those icons. That's why I like that. Those ones, it's like hand drawn looking ones, because they look good on like almost any background,
They're really hard to like.
But yeah, they're very difficult to make and do right.
I think what we need to actually do is we need to get a scene together where we actually have the players facing each other for a trade or whatever, so we can have like a.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like I can do like a camera thing to where it'll like zoom out to where the player is standing there, like kind of facing the trader, and they're both in that space in between the menus. So it's like you're looking at. You know what I mean? Like the player with its inventory and then the trader with its inventory kind of thing.
Okay.
We'll do like a camera swirl kind of thing.
Right back.
And
Okay.
and I could also like mask the people out even and put them into a full screen menu. Like I don't remember which one I even had it.
Okay, so right, let's just okay. So you walk up to someone, you trade with them, and this is what pops up. You can check your inventory at any point the same way, just like quick tap, and it'll bring up this screen. So
That's the right.
yeah, but to like fully go into your inventory, you have to go into like a full UI.
We could have a pop out button in the inventory, like how the Discord thing is. You know, you have like a pop out.
Yeah, but
Then it goes into full screen.
console
And that's
doesn't
kinda
do
what I was
that.
thinking, anyways, with the map, because like we
But-
could just have like a
Press button to
like
pop it out.
yeah, exactly.
I suppose you could.
But you would still have to open your inventory and then pop it out, so it wouldn't be like you just open into the full screen thing. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, that button would do something else when you don't have your inventory open.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what have I lost? I've put something wrong. No, I haven't. Yeah, I have. No, I haven't. There we go. Okay. So the trader's inventory, I need to take the grid and move the grid over so it's the same as this grid here. So if I duplicate that and then move it over. Oh no.
Behind. That's so like tedious, bro.
Huh?
This Photoshop is so tedious.
I know. Just imagine how Andrew must have to feel, dude.
He probably enjoys this stuff. He has to do this for a job full time, bro. There's no way.
Okay.
I enjoy
Okay.
it, but like,
So there's one thing that we're missing here, though, and that's the sell feature. Like, you click on it, and then a button pops up, says, "Do you want to sell?"
yeah, that should be at that bottom in the info, the item info,
Sell.
maybe.
Buy and sell.
Buy and sell.
Well, I suppose... Oh, fucking hell. See, it just gets confusing now, because you got buy and sell.
Well, you'd have buy on the traders and
Oh,
then
yeah.
sell on your
Sorry, I'm not with it. It's too late for me. Okay, right. So we got buy and sell. That works. All that, blah, blah, blah. Cool.
It should be like a green and a red button, you know, like it should be red and then you hover it green with green or something like that. I don't know.
So I'll go back to the trade on this side. Grid. Scroll bar. There we go. Take the scroll bar up to the top. Yeah, okay. And then the scroll bar down here needs to move up a bit. Yeah, like that. So then this should be up the top. It should be smaller than that as well. I think it needs to be sort of like a similar size. Is this something that's going to change depending on how much inventory you've got? Can you do that?
Yeah. It's like it auto scales basically, kind of.
Okay, so if I change the scale to like this, and then we just basically like adjust the
You
scale.
have a lot of, like, it depends on how many inventory slots you have. So, like,
Well, it goes
kind
off of
like,
weight. So if you like upgrade one of your skill trees to like carry more weight, this is
Well, but I
obviously.
mean, that's kind of like the maximum. That would cap you. But like, you would still like, say you have 100 items that don't weigh enough to cap you on your max weight. You know what I mean? That that scroll bar would be small because there would be a lot of slots.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
then, if you have one item that's 100 the same, and it caps you there, then the scroll bar would be bigger. Depends on how many slots there actually is. But yeah, that auto adjusts pretty much.
Yeah. I want this guy to I want the white to go away and just the guy to be there.
Probably have to mask it. Probably.
There you go. You. Okay. Right. This is the next bit we need, isn't it? So there's 2 backgrounds to this, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to rasterize the layer. I'm going to save this first, okay? So I'm going to save this. Version 1.2. Trading. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Right. So I'm going to rasterize. And then let's go and open a new one. Let's do. I don't think it's worth trying to go to like the Para 2 with these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it like this. So PNG, UI version 2, utility, here's tell UI, util. Oh, I haven't named it right. Kitty UI util. No, this isn't the util. This is the trade. Background. Wait, inventory. Ah. Oh, you've not done any work on that in a while, have you?
No, I haven't touched this in a while.
Still looks cool though. Oh, when we reskin Kingdom's Tale, we're gonna have so much extra to do on this, man. Oh, we'll have a playable demo pretty quickly for EXO. Okay, let's close that. Oh yes, the second background is different completely. So you need to put both backgrounds together in order to get the full look. Okay. So second background. Right now, let's close that. You need the description, don't you? But you don't need the text. So, do you need the text? No, you don't, do you?
No, I don't need any text. What do you think about this water, bro? It's stylized, obviously, but like, is this something that you could maybe like just change, like the?
Yeah, if we
layer?
can use that, I can change that completely.
Yeah, because it's a volume. Like, this is good water. It's got the underwater stuff too. Or like the.
Go back up a bit.
Like, it's the only thing really.
What kind of water is that though?
Like,
Is that the Unreal water?
No, this is from Mass Effect, from this stylized environment.
Yeah, we could work with that easily.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like a volume, so it's like actually good to where's the
I could add to that as well and make it a lot. Oh, that is beautiful.
actually got a depth. You can set the depth to it, and
Oh, that's perfect because we can change the fog as well, and I can jump into that and actually change the normals, make it look a little more realistic. That could work really well.
I'll drop you this.
Long sword.
This is the water I was gonna give Muhammad to try out the fishing, actually. But yeah, if this works, that's great. This water is like a. The only thing is like waves and things, like bigger waves. I don't know. For the boats and shit, I don't know how we'll really do that without something like fluid flux or similar.
I can make like a sign thing for.
What I mean is the physics of it, though. Like,
Holy shit! Hold on.
in fluid flux, the waves crash you, like it moves the boat if you're floating on it.
Oh, there's a little
Like
tiny layer. Well, I mean,
But we don't need that for the demo. We can just have the boats driving around on this water. It could be like a lake.
yeah.
Wolf Investor got a couple possible locations on the paper that shots his wife, so we're getting ready to.
Which actually, we probably maybe put like a plane there, something different. So, kind of layer it. Maybe, I don't know how this.
Warehouse facility in Southgate. It's address. I Texas Wolf Investor will check it out. That's where we're gonna
Not too bad.
While you guys will head over to Bronson Estates. Where Carson says that it's his girlfriend, Cecile Livo lives. But Carson doesn't know which apartment she lives in, so we'll have to do some knocking on doors. Listen up.
Oh, I'm gonna make it white so you can edit the color.
He has well on the crew.
It's not gonna. Actually, I'm just gonna do that. Description. Okay. So this one is the description. Inventory.
What is that?
Description. Background.
John Noel. I was not retired. 2 weeks I'll be drinking mojitos on my houseboat in Havasu.
Okay, user. We can use user the same way we did description, so we don't need another one for user, do we? No. Do you want these in rows as well, like Andrew's done?
No, I need like just the slot, the square.
Okay, and do you want like the different squares? So you want like the slot, the. So this is an empty slot. You need all three. You need an empty slot. You need the slot with an like slot item, and then slot
I need a slot. I need
selected.
a empty slot, a disabled slot, and then a selected slot.
Okay, so this is the disabled slot.
Or I mean, we don't necessarily have to have disabled slots. It could just, populate as you, however many you have. But I guess, we're not gonna limit the slots, so it should always be full. So yeah, I guess.
40% it was.
Either
So.
way.
He was the guy that kept talking everyone else off the ledge. He said some bad luck.
Right, so we've got water disabled. Okay, so save as copy. We've got Cantel, UI, util, inventory, slot, disabled.
I don't know. You said your name was Flux. I just trying to roll.
So what were they? Disabled and what?
Selected,
So
disabled, and active, or like
active.
blackout.
Okay, there we go. That's the word I can
But
use.
you got that one. There's yeah.
60. It's 100%. Oh, actives. Okay, actives 100%. And the last one is selected. Let's do it.
Yeah, just make sure you get your.
Donnie's going to soccer practice.
Okay.
Then, stuck in the lobby.
Selected. Right, so we got our slots. And you got your background. Side scroll bar, we need the background.
Yeah, of course.
I'll probably have something I can use for the background of the scroll bar and the scroll bar maybe. Pretty much it's just like a brush stroke with a straight line. You know?
Yeah.
There's a guy named
Do you want it white or black or what?
White. Yeah. If there's any option that you can, like, even those squares, like the icon or the slots, like, you know, any of that. If it's white, I can.
I can make it black
it
and white,
black and
and then we
blue.
can change the colors. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I could do that.
That's not now.
Same thing with the like selected box.
No.
If it's just a square with no background.
No, it's
background.
ultra bright, but I can work with that. That's fine. So
Or just
inventory
a square, like, you know what I mean, like a square with brush strokes.
background.
Like that's. Because like here, let me actually just to show you kind of what in the UI.
And then
I'll probably sit away.
so it's the same thing. I think not for white though. You want to just have it a little bit darker than white,
It
but
should be
yeah.
white. I mean, it should be white because I can change the color and change the darkness. You know, the scale like of the color
Okay.
in. Like as long as it's white, because like it's additive, so like whatever, like I can still change colors of it being, as long as it's not black, I can change like that brown of the background of the icon, the inventory slots.
Yeah.
Like I can add to that, but I can't.
Yeah, I think
change it. Like,
what we need to do for that is like if I take this,
it's like a really light gray or something like that, maybe.
I'm just gonna like grayscale it and then yeah, push it up slightly. Empty. Okay, so let's do this again. Right, so yeah, if I go to black and white, and what I'm gonna do is because obviously we need to have the selected one different.
But also, yeah, the square, the outline square should be separate from the background, because the background's gonna be like, you might want the gold outline, and then
Oh, okay. You want okay.
because then I can change, like, the outline could be white, and then I can change that to any color, and then the background, can be whatever color you want.
Hold on, then I've got an idea. Let me just do this.
You probably just create, like, just draw like a square,
gonna-
the brush stroke. Right here, I'll show you in just a second when I run this up, like kind of what I can do and what I can't do.
Trying to use these wet brushes. Flip it out. Do you know what? I'll do it as a mask. So if I invert that, black.
Like, I got my buddy to send me some stuff a long time ago. Let's see if I can show you.
I got it.
Okay, here, just So like this, like this is just a square. Like this is good. This is really good.
Yeah,
Versus
yeah.
not good for scaling up because as you scale it up, it's got this
You
distortion. But
lose the
like,
distortion. It's no longer a square. It becomes more of a
Yeah.
rectangle, but then you get like the weird edge.
yeah, but like, this I can change to any color and it works really, really nice though. And it's masked, it's layered over top of the background. So the background is always whatever color.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 3 different pieces, right? Do you want? You could change the opacity of these yourself as well, can't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a full opaque. Right.
Yeah, it should be 100%.
Yeah.
And then I can.
So I'm gonna give you the inventory slot background, and then. So
See,
what I
this
could
right
do?
here wouldn't work as good because it's not white. That's like additive, so it would always be a little bit darker, or like there's certain colors I wouldn't be able to get to because it's
Yesterday. He was supposed to come over last night, he never showed up.
or like this is not
You know
good
who he
either.
is? What he does for a living? Yeah.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is this. This should work.
I was pregnant by the time I found out.
So if I do this, so you've got the background as a separate piece, and then you'll have this as a separate piece, but you can make all 3 of them from this, if that makes sense. Because you could change the opacity of this as well and make it less glowing for like the disabled,
Yeah,
and then
and
for like the
that's what I mean. The
selectors.
more components you break it down into, the more kind of control I have in the engine.
Yeah.
But like if it's like one icon slot, the whole square with the background, it's if I change the color of the outline, it's going to change the color of the background too. So like here.
Slot. What do you want me to call this piece? The cover, or what would you call it?
Inventory slot outline.
Outline. Inventory slot outline. There we go. Okay, so you've got.
Which I can use that for a lot of other things too, not just the inventory slot. So that works out like really good.
Do you need these bits, or can you build this from what we have? You only need
Well,
like the
we
bottom
probably
here,
want
don't
a
you?
little bit different. Probably like the square, but the background stuff. I mean, I can use the same assets. It's just good to have a little bit of variation so it doesn't look so uniform.
Yeah.
All next to each other.
Okay, so I can make you the square, like drop down list. Right, so convert to small object.
I mean, you really don't have to use those ones that he made either. You just brush stroke paint on a square and it'd be good.
And that's how you upset a UI artist.
Yeah.
So let's do the color overlay, and then. Okay, so we've got this. I'm gonna erase a little bit of it though, because like we shouldn't need that like that.
Probably that last one you just edited, you got like kind of a real hard. You'll
What,
see
this
that.
one here?
Both of them really, kind of. That and the bottom one. Right there, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
To the right a little bit. That. Go back. Yeah, right there. Kind of pinch that. Because those hard edges, they really, really stand out because you see kind of the pixels, as you certain things. Like,
Right. Okay, so what one is this? What's the bottom right called?
Just call that like a faded background box.
No, I mean like it's Katie util inventory action. Wait,
Utility, vertical menu, vertical
vertical background,
button background or something.
vertical box background, and then yeah. So it looks like he's just overlaid the same thing here. So you don't need like the outline. You could just do that yourself. But what I will do now is the hand. So drop down sub menu. Right, so we've got the hand. Open.
Which even those, like, if you make those white, you know, I can make them gray, or I can make them black, or whatever.
Well, how about this? We background. Okay, I'm gonna use. This is gonna be our last background. We don't need any more than this, so we'll have the third background box, and then I'll just take the icon so we can rebuild this in the game. So I like that. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just expand it out a bit. Okay, this is the. What is
What I did
this?
actually before. These are like lines. These are these lines that
This is
like this.
the inventory. Is the what is this? The bottom.
That would be like the horizontal menu bar. I mean, it really don't matter. I'll be able to sort all that out.
You have till the end of the day to make this game.
Okay. Okay, we got the horizontal menu background, and then do you need the icons?
Yeah, those do look pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have to use those.
Yeah, let's leave the icons for now. I'll send you what we got, and then we can build it from that and see what's missing.
The icons, those are easy to switch out. It's just
Okay.
like all of these other things, like this.